Lately, I've come face to face with my own neurosis, the inability to find shoes that fit. Perhaps it has to do with the importance, or the lack thereof, of shoes in Jewish history, and the fact that Moses refused to wear them. In Exodus, God called down to Moses to remove his sandals as he approached the burning bush. And after that, I take it, he never wore shoes again. Not such a good idea. Not only did he have to cross the burning Sinai barefooted, but due to his Jewish sense of direction, it took him 40 years. My latest shoe fiasco. El Naturalista shoes from Spain. I bought 2 pairs in Santa Monica after a long dry spell of not buying shoes for 2 years. Inside the store, they fit perfectly. My feet felt great, and the materials were all organic. But as soon as I got home and wore them around the house, my feet rebelled. I couldn't believe how painful they were, squeezing my toes and putting pressure on my heel. But they're organic. They have to fit. I was in denial and wore them despite the pain, but finally, I cleaned them off, put them back in the boxes, and took them back to the store for a refund. Unfortunately, I was only given store credit. Unfortunate in that the only shoes they carry are that same organic brand. Well, I'm not the only one with shoe stories. Here are a few of the ladies I walk with their own soulful tales to tell. Thanks to Julie, Molly, and Carrie for sharing their stories.
So I just talk?
Yeah, just tell me your shoe story.
I was in 8th grade. Is that okay? I was in 8th grade, and I was visiting my grandmother for the summer, and she made me go to a wedding with her and I didn't know the people getting married. And she gave me my aunt's old bridesmaid's dress belonging to my Aunt Sally, and I had on these like my old pair of sandals, like high wedgie sandals, but the straps had broken, and so they were hooked together with safety pins. And because it was a maxi dress, I hadn't shaved my legs, and but I thought, who would ever see? And so we went to this wedding, and it came time for the bouquet to be thrown, and I got in. My grandma was like, get up there. And so, I mean, I was 14, so I got up with the ladies, and the bouquet hit me in the face, and it was because it hit me first, so I didn't even catch it, but it hit me. I was considered the one who caught the bouquet, and so I had to be dragged up in front of the whole crowd with my dress hiked up while the guy who caught the garter put the garter on my leg, my hairy leg, with my safety pin strap sandal, that big giant wedgie sandal. So it was horrifying. It was absolutely horrifying. And that's my shoe story.
Thank you. That was great.
Okay. Well, okay. My shoe story isn't actually my story. It's a friend of my story that I thought was really cool. She had a boyfriend that she had all through college, and then she decided to move out here. And they decided they should split up because he wasn't moving out here. And so they didn't really know, they wanted to do something symbolic and something significant to signify this. So they went shoe shopping together, and they bought each other pairs of shoes to walk away from each other in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's what they did. And that's that story.
That's great.
That's a great story.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
It's really sad.
So my shoe story is the case of the disgusting shoes. My daughter picked out a pair of pink Barbie shoes and wore them without socks through water, and the smell was so abhorrent that before we get in the car, we had to lock the shoes in the trunk. Because when she would wear them in the car, we would all literally start gagging. It was nauseating, the smell. They smelled like vomit. Oh. And then she insisted on wearing them on a trip to Mexico. And people were complaining on the plane over, what was that smell? And we just were like being quiet. We didn't want anyone to know that it was emanating from my daughter's feet. So before we got on the plane to come home, we told her that we couldn't go through that again, that she had to dispose of the shoes. So we had like a little Barbie shoe disposal ceremony in Mexico where she had to throw them away and say goodbye to her shoes before she got on the plane because it was too foul. So that's my shoe story. She did, and it was heartbreaking because she loved those shoes so much. And we thought about getting her a replacement pair, but it wasn't the same.